What up, y'all? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. Today, we talking, of course, NBA playoffs. Darius got a question for us. And should Kyrie Irving and KD regret leaving their superstars that they play with? We're going to discuss next on I Said It Sports. Please, everybody out there, subscribe. Please subscribe. What up, y'all? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. Podcast for the fans, by the fans. I am your host, Chris, and I got the whole crew with me today. It's Blair, Darius, Brianna, Sean. What up, y'all?
What's up?
Man.
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Y'all know we having. Anytime we discussing KD, Brianna got to show up. She's got it. She just drops out the sky like raindrops. Like, I am here. I will not stand for any disrespect. But
whatever.
No, I started because some people were talking about this question. They were talking about it in the KD aspect, but I want to talk about it in both from KD's perspective and Kyrie's perspective. Should they regret leaving their respective teams? Like, should Kyrie have stayed with LeBron? Should KD have stayed with Steph? And he probably could have had like one or two more championships by now. So I'm opening up to the panel, after watching Kyrie on the podcast, I would like to know, I have a different perspective on that young man. So what do y'all think? Anybody can go. The floor is open.
Different perspective on Kyrie now? What do you mean?
Yeah, like from watching him on
the podcast is dope.
Yeah, the podcast is dope. Yeah, the podcast is dope. I got to see him just really like have a full conversation. Because every time I see him talk, it's always in like an interview and they only ask him like one or two questions. This was an interview where they're just sitting down and they just going. He's just saying whatever he wants to say. So I was like, oh, okay. So it gave me a little bit of, I feel like it gave me a little bit of insight into how he feels about certain things and a lot of the stuff that I've seen KD said over the 3 years and stuff like that. So I just had a different perspective on him after I watched it. I was like, oh, okay. I just want to know what y'all perspective is. Do y'all feel like he should regret leaving Bron, or not?
I would only, I don't know how you regret something like that if what they left for is the same reasons. Like, unless they left specifically to win championships, which if that was the case, you could have just stayed where you were. They left to go build something in their own name, so that's a complete difference. Like, you can't regret that even if you don't win. Because you made the choice at that time that you had opportunities to keep going and winning, and you knew you were going to win or at least be there. And then you went from that to I just want to go build something on my own so my own name can be stuck to a franchise. I get it. I totally understand why you would, come to that decision. I don't know how you regret it, though. Like, no matter what happens after that, I don't know how you regret the decision because the whole point of the decision was for you to go try to build something on your own. So you feel like even if he'd had 6 rings that KD would have been cool being in their shadow? No. He'd have 4 rings. You think he would have been cool being behind Steph? No. Especially because he thinks he's better than them. Everybody acknowledged that he was better than them on those teams, but that didn't matter. It was still Steph's team. He didn't start there. The GM even made a joke about it. Like, everybody felt the exact same way about it, which is understandable. He just wanted his own team. He tried it. They did it in OKC from getting drafted. It didn't work. Kyrie had Cleveland after LeBron left, so he had a chance. But as soon as LeBron came back, there was never any real opportunity. Plus, once it was already LeBron's city and team. He just didn't win there. So if Kyrie could have won before LeBron won, then maybe. But since they won together, doesn't count. And KD already wanted to be the dude on the championship team. And then that didn't work out. So he just wanted to be a dude on a good team. Then he won a few, and then he wanted to be the dude on the championship team again. Like it makes sense.
I don't agree that it wasn't KD's team. Because when he got there, I get it. It was Steph's team before Kevin got there. But then when Kevin got there, I feel like it was Kevin's team. Kevin kind of took over. It was Kevin's team. It is what it is. Steph kind of took a back seat. I feel like he left because of the criticism. He needed to go and do it on his own to prove his point. And also because, hey, y'all, Draymond is the worst person in the world to ever play with, bruh. I was looking at him like that. Does nobody hold him accountable? Like, he does whatever he wants, and nobody's like, yeah, Draymond fucked up. Draymond ain't shit. He shouldn't have did. Like, no one holds this man accountable. And I feel like Kevin was like, y'all, do y'all not see this nigga? Like, am I the only one that's gonna say shit about it?
You don't think that was it. Draymond has been Draymond. Draymond says what he thinks. He also says what everybody else thinks, but ain't gonna say it. Draymond will say it. I don't mind Draymond telling the truth. Now if he called him a bitch ass dude or something, that's over the line. That's a little bit over the line. But him referencing the fact that, bro, you just out of here anyway, that's how the whole team felt. They could have handled it differently, but Draymond's that dude. You knew who he was before you done played against Draymond. Draymond is the same dude you play against is going to be the same dude on your team. It's not like he didn't know what he was getting into with Dray. You can't put that on Draymond.
I get it. I'm not putting it solely on Draymond. I'm just saying Draymond is hard to deal with as a teammate. Like, nobody on that team is like, yo, Dray. When he did what he did, nobody was like, yeah, Draymond fucked up. Everybody was like, no, I don't feel like Draymond did nothing wrong. Yes, you did. You did something wrong.
No, they didn't. That's the thing. They didn't because he said what they were thinking.
If that was the something wrong. You did.
What? Oh yeah, I guess that part. That last little insult part was the part that was wrong.
You were completely wrong, and nobody is like, yes, Draymond, you were wrong. Nobody on the team.
Insult at each other all the time. They play basketball for a living. That's all you do is cuss at the other dude in very terrible ways. Draymond is just super aggressive with his.
Exactly. And I ain't got time because I'm going to end up fighting your ass out here. And then we're going to have a bad locker room situation. And I ain't got time for that because I'm going to beat your ass. And
Draymond will fight you. Draymond will fight you, and then y'all can still go play a basketball game.
And I feel like that's why it was over with. I feel like it wasn't working out for them. I don't really fuck with you like that.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's solely on Draymond. It's definitely not solely on Draymond. Draymond is not the reason Kevin left. But I feel like all of that had something to do with it.
You said how you said it was Kevin's team. You feel like it was Kevin's team.
I do. I feel like
nobody else felt it. Everybody said he was the best player on the team. Nobody officially gave Golden State to Kevin Durant. It just didn't happen. And it never will as long as Steph was there. So, he had already won before he got there.
He did. But nobody was like, everyone on that team was talking about Kevin Durant when he got there.
Everybody who knows basketball knew exactly what they were getting. Does that mean that he overrides Steph? No.
Do you think he should regret leaving, though?
I do not think so because he left because he wanted to do it on his own. He wanted y'all to not talk about how he got 2 rings with a team that was already established. True. So he left to go establish something on his own.
All right. So, as far as KD is concerned, I don't feel like he should regret it. What I do think is he's a normal human being. Things change. Like Blair said, when he was in OKC, I'm sure he wanted to win one in OKC bad. he got catapulted to superstar level because of the stuff he was doing. Man, when you a superstar, you want to win. And when he went to Golden State, he was like, hey, this fits what I want to do, and I want to win. And when he went there and you win one, it's cool. He win two, it's cool. But then, even though, this is why I feel black, even though we all know he's the best player on that team, when you talk about Golden State, they're going to always bring up Steph Curry first. That's like, and Bron, we argue LeBron to be the GOAT. He's in the argument for the GOAT. When you talk about Miami, the only nickname they give Miami is Wade County. Dwayne Wade gonna always mean more than Miami, even though LeBron brought them 2 ships. That's always gonna be Wade County. Just like Cleveland always gonna be Bron City. That's the city for the king. That's just it. So I feel like at that point, Kevin Durant is a superstar. He knows deep in his heart, like, bruh, we going off like this. I'm the best player on this team. But of course, nobody else gonna feel like that, no matter how many championships we win here. So now I done got my taste of winning. Oh, I can go do this shit by myself then. Or I can go get my team, and now we can try to win a ship. And I feel like even now, his outlook on that has changed because he done won 2 ships. I feel like if Kevin Durant don't win another championship, he is content with what the hell he done did. Now, Kyrie, I don't think he should regret it, but I do feel like he should have stayed. Because I've always said, aside from Isaiah, unless you a freak like Magic Johnson, it's hard for you to win when your best player is your point guard. It's hard to win a championship, bro. It is very hard, especially when he's a smaller point guard. Like I said, Isaiah is like 1 out of who? 1 out of a million. And then Magic Johnson, but like I said, he was a freak athlete. He like 6'8", 6'9". So, you know, those don't come around all the time either. But I just feel like it would have benefited his career better to just sit there. But once again, I feel like it was the same thing. People always felt like Kyrie was that guy. He just wasn't winning shit because he was on a booty team. Then when LeBron came there,
yeah, they were just terrible at building the team in Cleveland.
And when Bron came there, he got that taste of winning. But in the back of his mind, he like, bruh, are you playing with LeBron? You always gonna be in LeBron's shadow. So do you want to be Scottie Pippen, bro? Do you want to be Scottie Pippen? And he is like, nah,
No.
I don't want to be remembered as Scottie.
Well, on the podcast, he said that if he was more mature, he would have stayed.
If he was what?
More mature.
If he was more mature, he would have. He said, knowing what he knows now, he probably would have stayed. He said, "I'll probably be in LA right now."
He would have had time. That would have been the thing. You and Bron could have won like 3 championships. Then after that, if you want to leave, man, go ahead and leave. Now you really know what it's gonna take to win a ship. You know, at that point, because with him winning the one with Bron, bruh, LeBron won the ship. Kyrie hit the shot. Can't take that from him. Kyrie balled out. Don't get me wrong. For all y'all people out there, I know how y'all like to do. Kyrie balled out. Don't get me wrong. This nigga LeBron is the reason Cleveland won this damn championship.
Sean, do you think either of these fellas regret leaving the superstars they were playing with?
I'm going to try to make it quick and simple. I'm going to say like this. I'm going to use Kyrie first. I understand what everybody's saying. I do feel as if he wanted to have his own because he really didn't have a super spotlight out on Golden State like that. Okay, see, he did have the spotlight, but you know what I'm saying? It was a tandem, to be honest with you. He wanted to start his own show, do his own thing. I ain't mad at nobody doing their own thing. I think he should regret the pieces they built around him. Like, I don't know if he was in the front office asking for James to come with him. I don't know if he was a part of having Kyrie come. But after sitting back and seeing Kyrie playing part-time, you know what I'm saying? Like he work at Wendy's or something. No knocks, nobody that work at Wendy's. But I'm just saying, part-timing. Then, you know what I'm saying, James Harden bullshitting. I mean, that's what I would think he would regret the most. Other than that, they're a few pieces away from getting back to where they need to be. To be honest with you, along as Ben, I mean, me personally, I would trade Ben. I would get rid of his ass. You know what I'm saying? And probably try to get like Dame Dollar or somebody like that. I hate to say it, but I had to put some shit together to get rid of Ben. But I think he don't regret shit. But for, you know what I'm saying, winning chip after chip, I mean, anything we do, we want to win. We want to be the best at. And if you got that spirit, you know what I'm saying, you're going to regret some shit. It might be that girl that you was like, damn, she had some bomb. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could hit that again. You feel me? It might be the same thing. You know, he's seeing these guys in the Western Conference Finals. You don't think he's sitting back, chilling with his mom, thinking like, damn, that could be me pulling up right now. But on the Kyrie, I know for damn sure he regretted. Because we skipping a team that he went to. He went to Boston. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do shit there. So a lot probably making him a little bit more humble. And I do see the maturity in him. You know, I like the fact, and I stick by this. Last year I was saying this. I like the fact that he took a stand with his own personal feelings against, you know, what's going on in the world. I like that. That showed maturity, actually. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people scared to miss a check. A lot of people scared not to stand up and say what they really mean, if they right or wrong. So I do think that he would have. They could have won two, maybe at least one more ring together. So I do believe Kyrie is a proven champion, but at the same time, Kyrie's mentality, like, shit, it is what it is. He like kind of laid back, chill type nigga, like, shit, I got one. He ain't that dude like LeBron that's want to be going for the quest of being the GOAT. He ain't trying to be the best of all time. Kyrie don't have that in him. Kyrie just want to come out there, play. He's like a playground guy. He want to come out there, play, and keep it moving. He ain't trying to be the greatest of all time. So with that being said, I believe he regret being with LeBron to win a chip. I don't believe that he regret being with LeBron right now in LA, though. I think he would have loved to be with that dude back in Cleveland, and they just traded motherfucking Kevin Love for somebody. I would have traded that nigga for Ibaka. Shit. That nigga out of here.
All right, man. So I'm gonna start with my man KD. So I'm gonna say that he should not regret leaving Steph Curry. Here's why. So I am one of those players like, yo, I'm one of those fans that have been like, yo, he went to a stacked team. They should have won, right? In saying that, when he went for these Nets and he balled out last year, I gained more respect for him doing that than what he did in Golden State. And I think that's what he was trying to do. I think that was his whole goal. I think he wanted to win a chip and do it, but I think that was his whole goal. Like, nah, for y'all who doubting that who I am, I'm that dude. I'm that dude. And I'm about to show y'all I'm that dude. Hey, I can't say nothing against the man. Hey, he came out and he did his thing. Now, this year was a totally different story. But he did his motherfucking thing. Kyrie. So this interview was good. I got a lot more insight in how he felt about leaving and why he left, because he really wanted his own team. Yeah, he really wanted his own team. And a lot of the stuff that I heard before, him talking to Kobe telling him not to leave, to enjoy it, because I did the same thing with Shaq. And if you leave, I'm trying to tell you, you could possibly pop off like 4 of these motherfuckers. You don't know. But they lost that next finals, and then he was like, all right, I'm out. I'm good. He said he went to the front office, and they was like, told him what the plans was. He's like, yeah, I don't want to be part of that. So he went to the Celtics, ain't working out. He with the Nets, it's not working out. Should he regret leaving at the time? No. Hell no. I don't think he regrets leaving or doing it. Do I feel like he should regret it? I don't think so. I don't think he should regret it just because he got the experience. But I think now that he's looking at it, he's like, damn, I could have stayed. You know, I think it's gonna be more of that attitude, like, I could have stayed. We could have did some shit.
So you said you should have regretted then.
No. I don't think he's gonna regret it, but I think he'll think about, like, somebody asking him, he having a true moment. He's like, I could have stayed. We could have did some shit, but I needed to do this. And he wouldn't be who he is if he didn't leave. He'd probably still be the same nigga that we knew him to be in the first place. So him going to motherfucking Boston and he like, I'm trying to lead all these niggas to a championship, and these niggas is like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. I'm Jason Tatum, nigga. I'm Brown, nigga. And they're like, y'all ain't done shit. Y'all just don't know.
He didn't actually try to lead them anywhere, bro. That was the problem. He wanted to lead a team. They put him in charge of the team, and he was not a leader.
Exactly.
He already
can only go off of what the man said.
He said he didn't do no leading in Boston.
I'm going off what the man said. He said I had to call Bron because he led us to that championship, and I apologize because was I this bad? Yeah.
My thing is, neither one of them, necessarily got like the super leadership personality. Because KD he wear his emotion on his sleeve for sure, but he a laid back dude. I always compare him as far as attitude with like Paul George. Like, bro, I just want to hoop, bro. It just so happened KD is one of the best hoopers we ever seen. His attitude is still the same. You ain't gonna see a bunch of KD getting in a teammate face, getting them to get right, this, that, and the third. So when you go and get your own team, you realize, man, sometimes that shit harder than you think. Because it ain't just you going out there and just going off for fucking 35 every night. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong if you can't do that shit. Personally, that's how I feel. That's why I done loosened up on KD, even with the Golden State thing. Like, okay, team was stacked. Whatever, man. Shit, it wasn't like he went there and coattailed these niggas. Shit, he won back-to-back Finals MVP. So that means
technically
something.
he wasn't mad. Oh, go ahead.
I'm about to say I wasn't mad at Bron for just doing what he had to do.
I was
his career.
What you talking about?
Man, look.
He didn't even like.
Man, look. Exactly.
If you think about KD, he didn't. Like, why would he be sad as of right now for Golden State, other than that they in the West? They've been butt cheeks the last 2 years, bro. He would have been the only semi-healthy dude on that team. Like, he got hurt, missed that whole season. Clay missed that whole season. They come back, Clay blow his leg out like the day before the season start. Clay's gone for the next year. Steph get hurt in like December or January, done for the season. It would have just been KD and some butt cheek dudes bro. Yeah.
Last year, KD would have been doing the same thing that he did, except in the West.
Same thing.
Been playing
would have been no different. And he didn't like that. Team hasn't really done anything until this year. Like, they haven't been good since he left.
Hey, man, I wasn't mad at Bron or KD. Biggest reason I wasn't mad at Bron was because guess what? If this would have been a Chicago Bulls situation, you wouldn't have had to worry about LeBron trying to leave because them niggas would have been winning. These niggas built the right team around Mike. They told LeBron, hey, you got Aaron Anderson Varejao, you got fucking Antoine Jameson, Mo Williams, Boobie Gibson, Delonte West. Man, you gotta make this shit work. This nigga LeBron was like, this shit ain't gonna work, nigga.
Sasha
They
Pavlovich
had a Larry Hughes in there.
Larry Hughes,
and Z on his last leg. Literally.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
I'm gonna say this as a fan. I get what you're saying for him as a person, but let's just say 96, 97, Mike, if he just decided to leave and go to the Pistons, you be man.
But
You know,
see, but guess what? The difference is, bruh, you was mad, but as people, man, we had already put that pressure on Bron.
right?
Guess what? If he would have just rolled it out in Cleveland and he would have been Damian Lillard right now, it'd have been like, oh, y'all hype this nigga up.
Yeah,
And blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah.
I see
He
that.
wasn't even that good. He couldn't even win one championship. Blah, 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 blah. So he was like, bruh, I gotta win. But if y'all ain't gonna build a team around me, I got the opportunity to go. And he took that shit. And that's what the fuck he was supposed to do. And I'm with KD too. Man, y'all considering me one of these. I got the potential to be one of these dudes. Nobody want to be Charles Barkley, bruh. Nobody want to be him.
Not if you don't have to be.
Charles Barkley wasn't trying to be Charles Barkley.
Bruh,
that nigga went to the Rockets like, all right, kid, you won the last two chips.
Man,
I'll be with you
boys,
now.
That's why I always felt like if free agency back then could have been like what it is now, man, Reggie Miller would have been on somebody's team, bruh. Fuck the Pacers. Oh, them boys sending that check? Hell yeah, I'm leaving. They might not go team up with Jordan, but shit, that nigga would have went and played with Patrick Ewing or fucking Alonzo Mourning or somebody.
Oh no, man. Those dudes had a chance to leave. Back then, they wanted to win like at one place and stay there forever. Like that was the thing.
I know, but
wanted to do. They wanted to bring a championship to the place that drafted him. They treated Reggie well. He could have left. He just never did.
Or somebody would have came and played with Reggie.
And that's the problem. None of them dudes wanted to team up. They didn't
feel like it would have. I feel like it would have been different if the free agency would have been like how it is now.
Like more open, like people more willing to leave. Is
with players having more control.
Oh, okay. That.
Yeah. Especially if the team's gonna offer the money, it would have been like, yeah, you feel like I do want to win here, but if these niggas is gonna pay me fucking 30 to 40 million more dollars to come here and play with this nigga, fuck it, man, we out. A lot of them niggas gonna be like, man, we out. It would have been players. Now I believe like a player like Reggie would have been the one. Yeah, come play with me. Yeah, you come to Indiana. Shit.
Listen,
let's go ahead and get this shit done.
And if we being honest, a lot of them niggas shouldn't have been trying to win it by themselves. A lot of them niggas should have been trying to join.
But they did not have the choices that they have like now.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
like if they did,
like a lot of them really did, I'm just saying, just want to win it on their own. Like so, coming into that era, it was from the era of like Magic and Bird. Like those were the dudes that really held it down, and you had Detroit sprinkled in right in the end. So you saw a bunch of dudes stay with one team their whole career. Like that's just what dudes tried to do, and they tried to win where they were. Like only certain dudes who like Oscar Robinson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt, I guess, like they was like, I'm not playing here, bro. Like Kareem's like, I'm not staying here. This place sucks. I'm leaving. Oscar said the same thing. And Oscar was the dude that took him to court to make it happen. He's like, no, I shouldn't have to just die here because y'all drafted me. That's not cool, man. So they had like the rules were in place yes, the freedom, it wasn't as free, but just like it was only a few marquee dudes now that could say certain things and get away with it, it was them dudes then. Except the difference was they literally wanted to bring a championship to the city. John Stockton and Karl Malone played like 20 years for the same reason. Reggie was there for like 20 years for the same reason. They just didn't want to team up. Dudes who was like, it's cool to team up was like Carl after they got beat by Jordan. Gary Payton went to running for rings. Like they all started shattering after that. But Jordan killed dreams, bro. Some dudes had too much pride to go chase one.
Yeah, but at least back then, bro, dudes felt like they was getting at least decent teams built around them. This nigga LeBron had an ass team, bro. Like
so
07 against the Spurs, bro, that team was ass.
So the Cleveland problem, here's the Cleveland problem, bro. Part of that problem was the dude had just come off of watching Jordan destroy the league and just do what he did with essentially Scottie Pippen and some bums, or Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant and some bums, and then Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and some bums. You could say they weren't bums. That's how the league looks at them, bro. You can shake and wag your finger all you want. The league does not look at
wrong.
Who?
Because you're wrong.
They look at them as, you want me to say role players? Does that make you feel better on the inside?
What you mean, Jordan? You know Tony Kukoc is in the Hall of Fame, right?
Was
Tony Kukoc, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen? That's 3 other Hall of Famers, my guy. They had the best
Hall of Famers. They wasn't Hall of Famers then. They turned into Hall of Famers later with a career, bro. And 2.
But Jordan teams was always the favorite in the finals when they went. Because they was the better team.
Any team that had Jordan
they had
was
the best team
in the finals when it went.
But
what I'm saying, but yes,
even with Charles Barkley and Karl Malone,
even when he did it all, bro, Michael Jordan was the best dude in the league for 12 years. Here's the problem: straight 12 years, there was nobody better than Jordan in the league for like 12 years, bro. You can say other people won it; they just got tired of giving Jordan the MVP. He deserved that joint every year. So here's the problem with what that was. Those dudes are considered role players. You might know their names because the Bulls were good for a long time. So you know some of the role players from the first 3. You know some of the role players from the second 3. It's the same way with everybody on Boston wasn't a Hall of Famer. People still know their names because they were on good teams for a long time. Those dudes are not considered clutch, great, nothing. A few of them turned into Hall of Famers, yes. But that's not what they were at the time. So people thought you could just put, and that was the thing. What did the Bulls have? A good shooting guard, a good small forward, and a good power forward. The other 2 were just replaceable dudes that needed to do their job. Center was for foul, and point guard was for distributing. LeBron, they thought LeBron they wanted LeBron to be a scorer. They thought LeBron was going to be a scorer, and we're going to surround him with all these dudes that can't shoot. I don't know what they thought. I feel like it was a wrong era approach. LeBron needed to be fitted with this era approach of all stretch guys to stretch the floor, but they were coming out of an era where centers were still real. They didn't really believe in 3-and-D guys. The 3 wasn't what it is now. Like, the timing of how to build a team around a person like LeBron is different. They didn't know what to do with that dude then. Because even Magic had a bunch of scores, but they might not have necessarily thought he was Magic. So they didn't put a team around him that would have been beneficial for his skill set. It took them until 10 years later to figure that out?
My thing is, LeBron, like you said, you had Jordan. At least Jordan had, you say, Scottie and Horace, then a role player. Or Scottie, then Rodman.
And Rodman was just a rebounder. Like, he didn't do nothing but bring energy and rebound. And defend,
you talking about arguably best rebounder of all time. So
that's not even arguing.
We talking about official all-star. This nigga LeBron didn't even have that. Like, LeBron played so good.
That's what they tried to
give. They had to give Mo Williams an all-star appearance because he played with LeBron. and this nigga just reaped the benefits of playing with LeBron.
Yeah, that was questionable.
That was terrible. How does nobody else except for LeBron can average double digits in a finals? This team was horrible, nigga. That team was horrible. So that's why I'm like, bruh, what is he supposed to do? Be Damian Lillard? Like, and I feel the same way like about Damian Lillard. Man, I feel you. You loyal. Guess what? You leaving don't make you no
KG was
loyal,
that dude.
bruh.
KG did 11 years in Minnesota, and that was the blueprint to never squander your joint. And like,
Yes.
he was the last dude to give somebody 11 years of nothing, bro. Like and Damian Lillard got really close. He's moving on the year like number 10 or something. He's in the same range as a dude who's just giving it to a franchise that ain't gonna give you nothing. Best years they had in Minnesota was Latrell Sprewell years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
It's like, bro, stop blaming these great players because, bro, the team still got to build the right team around them. At the end of the day, I don't care how good you is, and we've seen that since even back then. It don't matter how good one player is. It's gonna take a team to win this championship.
It takes like 2.5, bro. Like
yes,
2.5 dudes.
He gotta have somebody to come with him. Come on, this nigga Larry Bird called Michael Jordan Jesus. Guess what? Still spanked this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it don't even matter. It don't even matter. The team has to do the right thing also. It's just now players is like, bruh, I ain't gotta sit here 10 years and wait for this team to do this. Man, my rookie contract up, and we out of here.
Facts. But I just had to say, I couldn't let you just say that them niggas was bums.
I don't believe that.
They were not. I'll just say this.
He had some better role players.
When you said we didn't call them Hall of Famers even back then, right?
They were role. Like the idea was get you some role players and one or two other dudes, and then you should be good. But they had really good role. Like everybody did their job really well in Chicago. Like they got a team that was supposed to be they had to do everything they were supposed to do really well.
Right. Just a quick question: who else in that second three-peat? Who else that had somebody that was better than Tony Kukoc coming off the bench? I'm gonna tell you, nobody had nobody as good as Tony Kukoc coming off the bench. That's what I'm telling you. These dudes had the best team.
I'm about to say,
and they got Jordan.
I don't know.
But you say that.
Allen Houston was not coming off the bench for New York. He was starting.
Was coming off the bench.
He was starting. But is he better than Tony Kukoc?
John Starks. He was behind John Starks. Right?
Yes. Allen Houston, bro.
Oh, you say that, bro, but how many 6 Man of the Years did Tony Kukoc win?
I know Tony Kukoc is at HOF. That's all I need to know.
But that's a lot of that is from Orlando too, though.
And he was balling when they retired.
Yeah, all that wasn't Chicago, bro.
Yeah, that wasn't all Chicago.
Most of that wasn't Chicago.
I'm just saying.
Again, he
was the one
turned
that
into
game
a
winning
Hall
shots
of
when
Fame
Jordan
guy,
retired.
bro.
I'm just saying. He the one that's winning the games when Jordan retired. Phil gave that man the ball, not even Pitt. I'm just saying, them niggas had the best squad. They still won 54 games when the nigga retired. In the year before they won the championship, they won 55. Like, come on, bro. They had the best team. I know, because I'm a full fan. I know. They had fucking Steve Kerr. One of the top three-point shooters in the league. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
You don't do that, man. I understand you like Chicago, and I like Chicago too, bro. But you making it seem like everybody thought that everybody on Chicago was a stud, and that's not how it was. They got
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
they got that's not what I'm saying. Ron Harper, bro. B.J. Armstrong was on the first half of the young year. He wasn't super great. These dudes ain't Hall of Famers, man. Steve Curry, no Hall of Famer. He just came through and it counted.
They
The
were some
only
good
reason-
role players, though.
They
And
were
if
good
we being
role players,
honest,
bro.
And if we being honest, the only reason why Ron Harper is not a Hall of Famer is because he messed up his knee. And those them facts.
I'm confused. That counts.
I understand,
He
but I'm
wasn't
just
Hall of
saying he
Fame.
still
Ron
got the
Harper
talent.
after the knee. That was the
He
point,
still
man.
had the talent. He still had the talent.
Yeah, but his knees
Saying.
didn't let him. His knees didn't let him use it. So
Oh, yeah,
none of that
Yeah,
counts.
his knees
That's
didn't.
like saying Brandon Roy was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
What you
He
mean?
didn't lose his kneecap.
What you mean?
What does that have to do with anything? He didn't
How
make the
his
Hall.
He was so
how his
good that they
knees
could put him
let
at point.
use
They could put him at point.
Yes,
And granted,
I
ran that
agree.
shit to 3 more chips. So, like I said, then again, they had the best team
They had good role
with
players.
the best
bro.
player. They had the best
The
team
best.
with the
They had
best
the best
player.
role players.
They had the best team. They had the best team with the best player. There's no arguing that.
I do think the team was pretty good because, like I said, Jordan was favored that team was favored in every finals, no matter who
Except for the one.
played.
They might have been favored in the Magic final too.
Even when they played, even when they played the Jazz, they said that was the Jazz that last one time. They did say that was the Jazz best chance, but Jordan was still favored, of course, because they had Jordan. But I felt like that was a pretty good team still.
That was a very good team. No, that Utah team was super good, bro.
That team was good.
I like
shit.
Seattle
This nigga Jordan
team
was
better than the
fucked up.
Utah team, in my opinion.
No, that
Man.
Phoenix team was really good.
Over
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah. I mean, you got two.
I like the Phoenix team too.
I like
because I feel
That
like
Phoenix team was really good.
I don't got nobody on Seattle that I'm gonna put up with Karl Malone or Charles Barkley. And I love Sean Kemp.
They had the squad though. They had Xavier McDaniel, Detlef Shrimp, the glove.
Yeah, Detlef Shrimp.
Motherfucking Sean Kemp. I can't think of the fifth man.
Sam Perkins. They had Sam Perkins on that squad too.
Fool.
Yeah, they had.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Perkins should have been old as shit by then, I think.
Yeah, he was.
He was only 2 years older than Jordan. Yeah, him and Worthy was just
He just looked old.
They also
what's the other dude's name? Was it Hawkins? Hawkins that played 2 guard?
I don't know, but even with that, bruh, this nigga.
I think Hawkins might have been there too.
Like he's like, oh yeah, they finally put me on Jordan. This nigga's still dropping like 28 on your head, nigga. So like that shit don't
They had Russell checking Jordan, bruh. Come on.
And then they switched Gary Payton on him. And it was like he did what? He still would drop like 26, 27 on you. So it's like what? That's still good.
The best
you can't stop everybody.
For me, I think the Lakers had the best chance to beat them boys. Everybody else, he was just murdered.
Beat Jordan?
Yeah.
I feel like the only way Jordan would have lost is if they would have played either Houston. I feel like that was the best shot. I feel like this nigga Olajuwon, only because it's not like you could stick Jordan on Olajuwon. So, nigga, this nigga was about to be going to work on whoever. Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman. This nigga was going to be in that big dream shaking that whole dog.
He was definitely a problem.
Yeah, he would have been a problem for them boys.
Or I feel like they could have at least split.
None of them
motherfuckers. They could have split like 1-1. If anybody could have did it, but Olajuwon let y'all know, hey, Jordan took a break. That ain't my fault, nigga. Fuck that. We go ahead and get these because these is mine.
And see, they had a nice bench too, because remember they had Robert Horry, they had Max Hill, they had a nice little
complete team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A complete team.
Nice, bro. Would have been good to see.
Kenny,
he just came in during the transition, bro. He just caught a bad time in basketball. I keep telling y'all that. He caught a bad time in basketball.
Who?
LeBron.
Oh.
on his
Wasn't that
transition.
bad? Shit, this nigga got 4 championships, nigga. He good.
Yep.
Yeah, but he didn't get them till later. I'm saying like why he had so much trouble in the beginning.
I don't blame him because he got his in year 7 and Jordan got his in year 7. So it kind of like that was it.
All evens out in the end. But speaking of championships, we have already made our predictions. Is anybody feeling like changing?
No.
Let me hear who got who.
I
I
had
have
Mavs
go
in
ahead.
7 and I had Celtics in 7.
And I had Golden State in 5. And I had the Celtics in 6. I think Blair.
I thought Brianna was gonna say her. I had Golden State in 6 and I had the Heat in 6.
Yeah. But Brianna and Shaw wasn't known when we had redid it again.
Oh, we made the picks. Okay. Well, you mean redid it. That's what I've been on from the beginning.
I got to ride or die.
Yeah,
Chris changed his picks 2-3 times because his people kept getting rocked out.
Hey man, we all had to change our
grab
picks
something
after
else on the
Milwaukee
way.
and the Suns got knocked out. We're like, oh well, shit, I don't know who the fuck gonna play on this motherfucker. I don't know. But who you got, Brianna? Who you got going to the check?
I'm going to go Celtics in 6. And yeah, okay. Golden State in 5.
In 5.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes, shaping up to be a pretty good game right now. Who you got, Sean?
I got Golden State in 6. And Celtics gonna win the next one.
Okay. So
still got my Heat picks, man. I think the Heat will do it in 6. Here's
Stick
hoping.
to it, Blair. Stick to it, Blair.
They're so beat up. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is the thing. None of the games have been good, like from beginning to end.
At all.
It's been like blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout. Like, bro, we here. We got the last 4 teams. Why are these games like this? Like, why isn't it a more even basketball game? Because when you're looking at especially the C's versus the Heat, that is a very even series. Very even series.
It's tied 2-2. Shit.
It's 2-2. But the games just be like, all right, you blow me out this game, I'm coming back, I'm gonna answer, I'm gonna blow you out next game, then I'm gonna come back and blow you out next game, then I'm gonna come back and blow you out the next game.
Nobody's been on at the same time. Like either one team is on or one team is off. Like neither team has been on at the same time.
With the Celtics, they did the same thing last series.
This is true.
So I just feel like it's the same thing. And then with the injuries and stuff too, it's always something different. Tyler Hero hurt, then you got Jimmy Butler. Oh, you got inflammation of the knee. You got Williams for the Celtics. One game he playing, one game he not playing. Then during the game, oh, he playing. They like, oh, he limping, so we need to sit him down for the next quarter. And you had Jason Tatum get a stinger one time. Marcus Smart with the crazy.
Trent Williams been in and out, bro.
Yeah, so it's just like it's a whole lot of variables in that Celtics Heat series. It's like the healthiest team look like it's gonna win.
Yeah, that seems like that's where that one's gonna go. It's the health. Whoever has the healthiest roster
Celtics at this point is one major injury away from. Man, it's gonna be all down the tubes. And I feel like both of these teams match up well against Golden State. Celtics a little better because they're a little longer, but they can still like get up in there with the small guys and stuff like that. And I don't think Williams would have a problem with Looney down there because the Warriors, it's always been about the core. It's never really been about the big guy. Even when they had Andrew Bogut, he was just like there. He was just like a solid center. I feel the same way about Looney. I like Williams a lot better than I like Looney because I feel like these will be the two teams eventually. Even though I picked the Mavs in 7, realistically, the writing is on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't
I am
ashamed
so
to
cool
say
with that realization, bro. I feel you. You like this ain't going to 7. That they showed the numbers of like the 0-3, the 3-0 leads and how many games and what it looks like. Dude, it's only gone to 7 games 3 times. The record is 194-0. Like it was like they in 4 it's 90, and then like game 5 was like 10-15. I think the other one was 11, and then 3 times, bro. No, like 11, 4, and 3 was a crazy number. It don't really make it to 7 though. Like that's hard. Like you fight hard, and 3 times has it made. And I don't see Dallas putting up that type of fight. Like I just don't see Dallas putting up a fight to game 7. You got to go win, and that means you got to win 2 more games, or just 1 more game in Golden State. But you got to win that game in Golden State, and that's gonna be tough. No, win 2 in Golden State because Golden State got the higher seed, so they would have to win 2 games in Golden State. That ain't happening, man. That ain't happening.
I don't see them making it that far. I feel like if it goes to 7, though, if it really do go to 7, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I feel like Golden State will fucking lose, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I feel like it's no way they let this shit go to 7 games, bro. No way. They taking a break tonight, so they might lose. But next game, man, these boys gonna shoot about 53s. Steph's gonna be like 8 for 15 from 3. Klay Thompson gonna have about 20 something. Poole gonna be out here balling. Andrew Wiggins finally playing like number 1 pick. Boys got it rocking, man.
They do. They do.
They got a solid team.
Mm-hmm. And they missing their first round. They missing
but they got young dudes waiting to kind of not suck. They'll find out, I guess, if they don't suck more or less next year. They putting Kuminga in a little bit, so he getting some experience. But I feel like Jordan Poole really wanted it. It's raining. There's water leaking at the game.
That's like a whole rain shower.
Yeah, water is falling from the ceiling at the game.
Somebody just go there and get that.
Them boys they done took the game towels from both teams to try to fucking.
Somebody gotta go up there and get that drink. We can't play.
Oh, that's a mean delay. Mark, you real poor right now. Your roof leaking.
Mark mad as hell. Somebody gotta go up there and get it. Y'all can take y'all ass up there. Did y'all see the All NBA first, second, and third team?
I did not.
Now this, no, it just came out today. I hadn't looked at it yet.
I had not seen that.
Okay, don't look it up yet. Tell me who you think is on the All NBA first team. Oh. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
The first team?
Yes, All NBA first team.
I know at least
Giannis.
3. It's got to be Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
Embiid is not on there. So
Jokic. So it's got to be Giannis.
Jokic. It's probably Jokic.
First team. First team. She said first team. Yeah, so it's got to be Giannis.
At
Jokic.
Guard.
Who would be the 3?
Oh.
Let's go, y'all.
KD.
Giannis, Jokic, KD.
Nope.
KD must be second or third.
Second or third.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
He made first team?
Yeah.
First team.
He probably got more games than a lot of other dudes in. So yeah, Jason Tatum, Giannis, Jokic.
So
is number 2 Devin Booker?
Devin Booker, first team.
So who's that?
And the first team,
y'all last
Chris Paul?
Chris Paul? No.
Don't tell me.
Stephen Curry.
Did they do Trae Young?
Nope.
Stephen Curry.
It's not Steph.
No.
I got it. It's Luka.
Luka.
Yep.
That's it.
Luka.
That's a good first team.
It is.
That's a
It's
good first team.
I'm not even mad
I
at
think
it.
so. That's a
Oh,
good
your
first
all
team.
NBA second team consists of
KD.
You said what?
Team Embiid.
okay, Embiid,
KD.
KD.
Uh,
He's gonna
who
surprise
else?
you. These is gonna surprise you. I'm just here to tell you, we got a little mix up.
Right, because we got to go to small shooting and
Chris
points.
Paul.
Nope.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Okay.
Ja Morant.
Ja
Morant,
Big
yeah.
Ja. All
Ja.
right. This last one it might surprise you. Come on.
Small forward. Small forward, because Ja's a 2. Small forward. Who would
I
be
don't
the
know if y'all
second
gonna get it.
Rudy
small
Gobert.
I probably need at least 2 guesses for the small forward. I
Okay.
ain't up on my small. Without looking anything up, I would have to say second team. LeBron don't have enough games,
James.
right? LeBron don't have enough games, right?
LeBron. Is it LeBron?
It's not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he don't got enough games.
Oh,
LeBron got to be third team, man.
Small forwards, man. Who's it? Zach, but
KD's the
Zach
small
was hurt.
forward.
He's coming from one team to another.
James Harden?
James? No.
He plays in Chicago.
Zach LaVine?
No.
DeMar
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan? Oh, well, yeah. I can see
kept
that.
thinking a small forward,
I'm
but
gonna do
I
a
guess
he had a
screen share for
killer-
you
I didn't have a
guys.
shooting guard. Okay.
He had a killer regular season. Yeah, he was going
Yeah.
crazy in the regular season. I can't even
All
lie.
right. Let's get
Yeah,
this
like-
13. Who is 13?
Melo.
No.
Melo make
13.
it. Chris,
Yeah.
are you showing it?
No.
hasn't
I
shown
got
the
the first and
third
second
team yet.
team. I haven't showed the third team.
LeBron is on third team. He got to be on third team.
LeBron is on 13. He is definitely on 13.
Like,
Okay.
no, they
I'm
put
about
him
to
on
say, ain't no way.
13, bro.
Ain't no way this dude was almost the scoring champion. And
Yeah.
third team. Come on.
So
dog.
if
13.
LeBron
We
is
got
13
LeBron.
small forward, the center is it Aiden?
Rudy Gobert.
No.
Aiden?
No Rudy.
Nope. No Aiden.
No Gobert.
Mikal
No
Bridges.
Gobert. No Mikhail.
Because one of them
Jalen Brown.
I'm just trying to
No.
think of a center. Like who would be a center?
Carl
Bam.
Anthony Towns.
Carl
Bam.
Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns. Okay. Did Bam make it as a power forward?
Bam did not make it.
Who's a good power
Trae
forward?
Young.
Trae Young is on the team.
Okay. That should be the Trae Young show. Chris
We
Paul.
got Trae Young.
No.
LeBron.
Chris
Trae Young.
Paul is on the team.
Okay. So
we got Chris Paul,
one
Trae
more.
Young.
They're not going to get the
LeBron,
last
Carl
one.
Anthony Towns.
You are
not
not
gonna
going to
get
get
the
this
last
last
We're missing the power forward. Is it the power
Yes.
forward?
Yes.
Yeah. You're not going to get it.
Powerful.
You're not going to get it.
You're not gonna get it.
I'm going to give you
No.
a hint.
No,
He does have a championship. I'm giving you a hint.
wait.
He
Is
does
it
have
Buddy?
a championship. He
Is
has a
it Buddy
championship ring.
from Toronto? Siakam?
Yes.
Siakam.
And I was about to
Oh,
say
Black
Siakam before
got
you
it.
said that. That's why I was like, don't say nothing. I think
Oh, he has a championship ring.
I'm like, I feel like because
That's
they talk
what's up.
about I started thinking about people that were in the playoffs. And I'm like, who was not? Did I not?
See,
I'm like, there's nobody.
I only
on Toronto
I
except
thought
for
about
Siakam.
Trae Young because he led the lead in points and assists this year. So I was like, he probably on there. I ain't
That's
mad
what
at
I'm
that.
like.
I
That's
ain't
why
mad
I
at
said.
that.
That's why I said Trey on number 2 because I thought he might have been a little. So I'm
They
like,
couldn't.
Higher up.
They couldn't put him over
probably the
Ja.
best point guard. Trey,
Yeah, they
Nah,
couldn't
not
put him
gonna
over
get
Ja.
that.
but he is a 2.
And they couldn't put Trey over Ja this year.
Nah, that's true. That's true. And Ja had the crazy year, and their team was better, so that
Yeah.
kind
I was
of counts.
balling.
So yeah,
Ooh.
and yeah, Siakam sounded like. I was like, man, who else is in the playoffs that you don't really think about? And they always talk about Siakam as that dude. And he about the only person that fit that description. That's what's up, though.
This is your NBA, all NBA team.
So who gets the check? Like, who's up for a deal that's on this list? Nobody?
Closest person will probably be Ja.
Yeah, Ja. I mean, Trey is about his
Trey
rookie deal.
and Ja, maybe? They haven't signed their
I think Siakam just signed a deal not too long ago, but his maybe
Trey making that
Carl Anthony Towns. I think his deal is up, isn't it?
The what?
No, I thought he just signed a deal like a year or two ago.
Did he? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about Siakam. I was thinking maybe Trey should get a max deal because he made an all NBA team and he was like a top 10 pick or something. Like him, Josh should get it if he hasn't signed his big one yet, which he only in year like 3 or 4, right?
Josh in like year 2.
Year.
3 years.
No, this is the 3rd year.
Yeah, in year 2.
3.
No, 2.
So this is 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm like, he's 3 or 4. So he hasn't signed his max deal yet. Carl Anthony Towns probably signed his.
I think he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was like a year or 2 ago.
Everybody on this list seems to be pretty much signed except for like those 2 dudes. Steph is signed, so he like what, 37 or something? 36, 37?
Something crazy.
Something like
this
that.
nigga making $250 million almost.
They gave him like the max 4-year deal. They gave that shit to him. They gave that shit to Clay. Draymond got a 4-year deal, like $100 million or something. Of course, they didn't give Draymond a max deal, but
I like that. So Darius, what is your question for the cast and crew?
All right, check this out, right? I know a lot of people Mount Rushmore in the NBA is usually like Jordan, LeBron, Magic. Some people put Kareem, some people put Wilt, whatever. If Steph win Finals MVP, should he be up there?
I saw that, bro. I thought that was absurd. Like, are you serious? Like, is that what we doing? Like, you gonna go to your Mount Rushmore? You only get 4 people to put
should
on
he be
top of it.
5?
Top 5 of all time?
Yes.
Top 10.
4 championships. 4 championships. He'll have a Finals MVP, and we consider him the greatest shooter of all time.
And that's not debatable.
I would definitely top 10 him. I don't think I would top 5 him.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of 4 people that I would consider better than Steph. And if it was anybody, it would be people with more rings than Steph that have records that are still in record books. And it's
so you saying that
I'm not even thinking like that.
Even with the 4 ships and the Finals MVP, you still don't have him as the top point guard?
As what?
I'm just talking about like type point guard, period.
See,
like the top point guard to ever do it?
No.
Yeah, no.
I like Steph, man. I like Steph, but no.
This is because
I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for me because when I'm thinking about Magic and I'm thinking about Isaiah, bruh, that's Isaiah Thomas, bruh.
Magic got 5 rings, bro. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. I get it.
That's true.
I do get it. Magic got 5 rings. He technically changed basketball, but he was kind of like a cheat code. The dude is 6'9". It was a problem. It's not something that it's not a skill that everybody had at that time. So, like, that has to count for something. I know a lot of Magic records are broken. Like, a lot of Magic records have been broken. He might not have even ended up at number 1 in a few of them things. You know, he was just a freak. But he got 5 rings. And he got one as a rookie that he himself, like, had to play like a monster to get. So I can never discount that. Like, you can never discount what he did in that situation under the circumstances. Like, he came in and played center in a league that's like, bro, you can't put him there. You can. And he was still better than most dudes, which shows that he could have done so many different things in the league, bro. It just, as a point guard, he was something else. And I'm more inclined to give people the freak athlete award. I'm more inclined to put those freak athletes on top because usually, like, along with freak athleticism comes championships and wins. Like, Steph changed the game. So his recency bias of how he changed the game for threes, I could see why people would be like Steph because he made the game super exciting. Everybody loved threes anyway, but he made them exciting. Like he made them part of the game, like it was a natural thing to shoot threes like twos. But like the people, like somebody that would have to get bumped off, like even if you went, because most people won't pick Kobe, but I think Kobe was a better player than Steph, bro. Like Kobe got 5 rings. He was a part of every one of those championships. Like he had something to do with all 5 of those. You don't win those without Kobe. Jordan had 6, and everybody knows that was all Jordan. He had good teams, but it was all Jordan carried every one of those teams. Like he was the best player every time. You needed the best player to show up. Jordan showed up. Wilt is just like a monster. I like Bill. Bill gets a discount just from the era. I can't do anything about that. It's not his fault. It's just the era. Wilt gets the freak athlete. This dude, I don't even know how many rings Wilt Chamberlain got, bro. But he got too many ridiculous records. 2 rings, that's it. He only got 2 rings, but he got like ridiculous records.
He has his own record book. He got his own record book.
Like you can't even get close to doing what Wilt
did. You're not going to.
Yeah, so like if you had to cut him out and go modern, like it's hard for me to be like Tim Duncan wouldn't be on there for me, bro. You can call Tim what you want. Tim is one of the best players I have ever seen in my life. I absolutely hated watching Spurs games. They were garbage. They were the most basic basketball you've ever seen. But if you ever watched Tim Duncan play, you can't tell me he was not the best player on the court almost every time you saw him, bro. I understand his personality takes the ding. He played for San Antonio. Dude got 5 rings. He was the best player on their championship team, even though David Robinson had more experience. He was still the best player on that team, year number 1 or 2. And then he carried them for 20 years.
All of that being said, hey man, I feel Magic, all that good shit. A lot of people still say Isaiah was the best point guard all on time. This nigga Isaiah only won 2 championships as well. Championships I throw out of the window because as far as Steph, Magic, they close enough. 5-4. It's a formality.
I could understand.
Talking about somebody that we say literally changed the game. Transcending the game, for me, Steph holds a lot of weight. Holds a lot of weight for me.
It does.
Also, like, as far as what also holds a lot of weight for me is us considering him the best shooter ever. Because, like, as good as Magic was, like I say, we still feel like a lot of people will still be like, well, Isaiah was better. Even with that, niggas gonna be like, whatever. John Stockton was the best passer out of all these niggas.
For career assists.
He got the most
and I
assists.
think that's where you have to check. Like, point guards are a little bit like, how do you rate your point guard? Because if you're doing like
so that's why I feel like
Isaiah had to dribble.
That's why I feel like the shooter thing holds a lot more weight than some people give it credit to. Because we're not saying, just the best 3-point shooter. It's like, nah, shooter, period. And I feel like the one thing that's missing, like if Steph would have had like 3 finals MVPs right now, shit would have been crazy. It just so happened, man, this nigga was playing with Kevin Durant. So it is what it is. And somehow they gave it to Iguodala, which I still feel like it's some bullshit, but whatever. I feel like it's debatable, man. Like 4 ships in, and it was in the era of LeBron. So I feel like it's debatable. At least top 5. I feel like he could shoot up the top 5 of all time. Like I said, I
Good,
know
I guess
everybody's
it's
Mount
possible.
Rushmore could be different depending on what you're looking at. Cause I feel Blair, shoot, I'm like Jordan, LeBron, maybe Kareem, and fucking Kobe. Fuck Magic. I'm like Kobe, nigga.
That's
This
why I'm
nigga
like, if
Kobe
I had
is
to
shit.
pick between the two, like I only pick Magic because he's just not the same position. Kobe only gets
And
diminished because he came in
but
Jordan's shadow, bro.
yes, and that's part of the reason that if Steph did what he did, I would probably put Steph over Kobe at that point. Just because, like you said, Jordan is already there. So it's like
Yeah, I don't
technically he
like
the
to have too
second
many of the
best.
same position on there. It
Yeah.
just seems kind of redundant at a certain point. Like, you got to mix that thing up.
It's hard for me. It's I can't put him in the top 5. I
I
can't
don't
do
know,
it.
man. You gotta
I can't
consider the
do it.
fact that he
I
changed the
can't
game,
do it.
bruh.
I understand that, and I feel
I
you.
think the finals
I hold.
MVPs have a lot to do with it, bro. I think they have a lot to do why people don't
And
think
I
it's
would
right.
hold that harder against him if he played like trash in the finals. But it
Listen,
wasn't like the nigga played like trash. He averaging like 26 in the finals.
true,
Yeah, but they
true,
wanted him to average 35.
That is true.
true. But a lot of people don't have Isaiah Thomas in their top 10. He's a 2-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 2-time Finals MVP. I mean All-Star MVP, 3-time First Team All NBA, 2-time Second Team All NBA.
He was the
He was
best
on an
player
All
on
Rookie
that
team.
team, bro. Like, hands
NBA
down,
He
the
was
best
the,
player on
that's
that
why
Assist
team.
I
leader in
always said
1985.
it's
Right.
hard. And I guess you can put Steph up there too. Because it's hard to win when your best player is your point guard. I guess you can say the first year that they won, Steph Curry definitely was the best player on that team.
He was 100% the best player in the league that year.
So him and Isaiah career shit probably is similar, aside from the Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
And Isaiah's road to get there. I mean, you gotta be honest.
It's a
Man,
different,
beat everybody.
NBA, man. I'm not
It is a
holding
different
none of these.
NBA. But
I'm not holding none of these dudes' road to get there
that dude,
accountable. Cause this nigga Wilt, hey, people say what they want, man. A lot of them older dudes was playing against firemen and goddamn milkmen and shit. But I can't hold it against them.
nope. And I've always said that. Yeah, top 5, I'm not going that far. Top 10,
Yeah.
possibly.
I feel like it's easy.
I feel you though.
Easy
But I
top
just
10. At that point, with
Easy
4
top.
ships,
I see why people don't want to,
4
like,
ships, easy top 10.
4
Chris, no way,
championships,
bro.
you know,
I
top
feel
1
you.
player on
I
the
feel
team
you. But
every
No
year.
bro,
way,
we're talking
dog.
about Duncan, Magic,
And
Kareem,
I ain't saying you gotta knock
Bird,
them. I ain't saying you,
LeBron.
man.
Like,
Fuck Larry Bird.
but somebody gotta come out.
Fuck Larry Bird.
Kobe.
I'll drop him out for Steph.
Listen,
Out of top 10.
I said this for a long time.
Who else
Tim
at,
Duncan,
who
you
else
can
at
say
number
Tim
10?
Duncan was that dude. You
I
can
agree.
make an argument he was better than Kobe.
I always said these boys
Yes,
had
I
very
said it.
hold on. I always said Tim Duncan and Kobe careers was debatable. The only difference is, bruh, like Kobe struck fear in people's hearts when it was like you could say when Kobe and Shaq was there, okay, cool. But it would be like, bro, we is about to play Kobe. San Antonio came to town. You was like, hey, we about to play the Spurs. Hey, Tim Duncan is good. He the best player on their team. Now Lakers coming to town, nigga, we is playing Kobe. Like,
I feel you.
you already know what time it is, nigga. Like, this nigga Kobe don't take no shit from nobody. It's like, hey, we about to play Jordan. Oh, we about to play LeBron. I don't feel like, even though Timmy, I feel like he was that good, I don't feel like teams were saying that. when you playing against the Spurs. They like, hey, we about to play
He
against a
got
good
5
team.
chips,
Bro, I
man.
100% believe. I 100% believe they said that about Timmy. The problem
I
was,
don't think
as
so.
you say that in the same breath about Timmy, the next dude is like, "Hey man, Manu and Tony is a problem." Like they had a problem. They just had a team that was well built, but Tim was always just like, "Dude, he's going to get you.
I agree.
Please don't get mad." Like KG was like, "Dude, he was the only dude that wouldn't talk. Like he went out there and just gave you the blues and went home.
Because
he didn't talk about, or he shot jabs at you and went home. Like, all right, take that. Good shot, bit homie. You just be like, good shot.
Just like
after he just
good as
after he smoked your face. Like,
as good as David Robinson was, hey, Timmy is the reason. Timmy is the reason. And I always said they careers it's debatable, bro. Timmy versus Kobe, it's debatable. Kobe was more exciting and all of that junk, bro. But I always felt like it was debatable. Same amount of ships, same amount of importance to their team. It's just because they played different positions. And it's hard to say it's not debatable if you consider Tim Duncan the best power forward of all
time. So you can't tell me he ain't at least on the verge of top 5.
Tim Duncan was a monster, bro. Oh, it's leaking back in the hallway too. It's leaking everywhere up in there.
All over.
But I feel like, bro, with what Steph did, that Finals MVP, 4 chips.
They ain't
finishing over that way,
bro. They ain't finishing this game.
That will push him super high in my book, bro. Like that would put
it will
high in my book.
It will.
He changed basketball, man. Lie. Dude is a pure shooter.
I might have him up there, man. He might be on that thing for me. I can't lie. At least top 5. I ain't even.
So who you pick out? Who your top 5 right now, bro? So who your top 5 right
now?
You put Steph on your top 5?
Go
all time.
Jordan.
No, you got to give him the question right, Brianna. Damn, you can't just be like, "Is he your top 5?" He gonna tell your ass no. You gotta be. If he wins the championship this year,
Jordan,
if he wins the championship
Magic,
this year,
Kareem,
and he's the MVP,
and Whip.
Is he in your top 5?
Not in no particular order. Not in no
Kareem out. Who you kick
out?
Yeah,
you gonna put him over Larry?
Kicking out fucking Magic, bro.
Magic.
Yep. Because I feel like at that point, Steph Curry, I have him as top point guard. So if I got him as top point guard,
you got to replace your top point guard. Yeah, I feel you.
Mm-hmm. Magic gotta go.
He better than Magic.
Curry, but Magic got 5. Magic won a championship his rookie year. Are you saying the championship?
So what? Niggas win. Somebody win the championship in a rookie year every year.
Gary said, "So what?" Gary said,
Somebody would have to go. That's just me personally. I had just seen that question. I forgot where I seen it today. I was like, that's pretty interesting. I was like, you gotta at least talk about it.
Yeah, Perk said it earlier, dude. He just like he on my route.
That's who it was.
He win. I'm like, this dude is crazy.
That's who it was. Kendrick Perkins. I was like, hey, think about it, man.
Brianna, you still didn't say if he wins the chip.
Yeah.
No.
She said top 10.
She said top 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would do top 10. I'm not doing top 5.
Brianna, if he do it this time, you gonna put him over KD?
Hey, at least you thought about it.
If he does
it. Now I'm talking about like winning finals MVP and all that, not just them winning the championship. If he finally get him a finals MVP. So you talking about 4 championships, 1 finals MVP, greatest shooter of all time.
Mm-hmm. It's debatable.
It ain't gonna be debatable for me, but
it's debatable. Because
I feel the same way.
No, we talking about it. Okay, hold on. We talking about it. talking about if he wins his fourth ring and gets Finals MVP, would you put him above KD? Oh, he already above KD to you?
Damn.
Oh wow! I've never seen a free throw. He shot it, it landed on the back
And
and
it's
didn't
stuck.
move.
Yeah.
It just stopped there. That's a very light touch, ain't it?
I feel you,
Yeah,
Brianna.
it
It
is.
is debatable. It is debatable.
It is the
It is because some would say that KD is the greatest scorer of all time. And he already has 2 Finals MVPs.
Did you say the greatest forward of all time?
She said score.
Oh no.
He already has
don't know.
2 Finals
I put him
MVP and a league
second
MVP.
behind Jordan. You gotta be behind Jordan.
Nobody's talking to you.
Now you talking about from 3
Do you want
levels?
to fight or what? Like, what's
I
up?
give you that. 3 levels? Hey, yeah. I don't think it get no more lethal than Kevin Durant. But second, I probably, as far as scores, shit. Right now, I got KD third. I got him behind Jordan and Kobe. But
I
like
could
I said,
definitely see that. I would put him above Kobe for efficiency.
Now,
just for
And then Kobe and Jordan are like the same
probably-
people. They the same people.
No,
that is
their
true.
efficiency wasn't Kobe and Jordan efficiency wasn't the same.
Yeah, this dude,
But he
Kevin
mirrored his game
Durant.
after Jordan.
Efficiency
If you
is
told
completely
Kevin
different than
Durant,
mirroring your game after
bruh,
somebody.
If you told
Kobe
Kevin Durant, bruh,
Bryant.
I'm just gonna give you 16 shots a game, that nigga is gonna find a way to get 30 out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't
Right.
gonna lie. He gonna do that. He probably the most efficient scorer, yeah, we ever seen. Like, it's crazy. That dude is a bucket. You got niggas like Allen Iverson.
What you
He
about to
gonna
say,
get
Sean?
you that. He gonna give you that, but Allen Iverson need 25 shots, nigga.
25 of them joints. Yeah, he needed a lot of shots.
Shit. Nigga, KD shoot the ball 12 times. This nigga had about 26. Right, God
Sean
damn.
is waiting.
What you gotta say, Sean?
I mean, y'all done touched on a lot of topics, from efficient score to the best point guard of all time to the Mount Rushmore. I don't know where to start. So
Start wherever you feel comfortable.
I would say we going off of F with a capital IF, right? So if he doing it, in my opinion, and I ain't gonna say my age, but I done seen most of these folks besides Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain play. So I will say, to give myself some credit, he has changed the game. But a lot of people forget Shaquille O'Neal changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Not to say AI over old boy, but AI
changed the game.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of guys that changed. Kareem changed the game. He still got, and a lot of people, not just us that don't get paid for talking about sports, but commentators that do get paid talking about sports, who study, historians would say the sky hook is the most unstoppable shot of all time. You know what I'm saying? So we are we valuing a guy changing the game, or are we valuing stats? Are we valuing rings? Are we valuing going by pound for pound position? Because if you go pound for pound, you know, so it's a lot, and it depends on that person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might like small guys, somebody might like big guys, and like I was stating earlier, different eras, we really started getting to where teams shooting 63s a ball game. You know, even 8 to 10 years ago, maybe 15 was a lot. So I wouldn't per se say I'm put Steph up there in the top 5 just because he changed the game. Because if that's the case, Kareem always gonna be number 1 when you come to stats, when you come to rings, unstoppable shot, etc., etc. But I will admit, and I seen Isaiah and Joe Dumars, John Sally, the Bad Boys, and they was a nightmare. I would say if again he does this, he will be over Isaiah. I will not, and I'm a Lakers fan, but I still will not put him over Magic just because of what Blair was saying, and that I will add, he was a monster. True indeed. And he played center in the finals. So it's more to just like Steph, he does a good job what he do. I ain't gonna lie. But some of these players we got in our Mount Rushmore also play defense at a super high level.
It's true.
These guys also play multiple positions. The LeBrons and everything. They play multiple positions. So not only was they the best guy on the court, they stopped your best guy on the court. You don't hear of Steph Curry checking on LeBron in the finals. You ain't gonna see this Boston game. Steph Curry checking on Jason Tatum. You ain't gonna see that. He ain't gonna check on Jimmy if that's the case. You're not gonna see that. But you seen Mike going against Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the best against the best on both sides of the court because they wanted that ring. But for his top 5, not yet. Not yet. Would I take out Magic over him? No, not just yet. But I do think he's the verge of something special, man. You know what I'm saying? And the boy is talented, super talented. Of course, I'm gonna keep Kobe in my top 5. And Brianna, I do got a new top 20 list, and you might be surprised about it.
But see, that's what
up to the east side.
That's all I'm saying because when we have this conversation, when we talk about KD, we always bring up his defense. And for us not to bring up Steph Curry's defense when we talk about top 5, that's just unfair. We can't do that. And that's what made me start to think like, bruh, like you entering that top 10, you got to break down all of his game. You can't just break down what he did right. You got to break down the shit he can't do. Who he can't check, because he really can't check nobody. Let's be real.
But like I was saying about Shaq,
on the other end, ain't nobody checking him.
But that's also not
but
really what they asked.
That's my thing. When you're saying somebody is the best at anything of all time,
yeah,
man, that shit mean a lot.
So, but hold on, Darius. So, quick question for you though, because you going off of when people say he the best of this of all time, right?
I feel like that holds more weight with all of the other stuff that he got.
Right.
With the 4 championships and if he had the finals MVP.
So do you agree that Shaq was the most dominant player of all time?
I do.
So why Shaq ain't in your top 5?
I don't know. Because I still, even though he was the most dominant, I still got Wilt and Kareem over him.
See what I'm saying? That's why that goes with what I was saying in my statement. It's hard to just say because he was the best at what he do, you know what I'm saying, to put him in your top 5. You get what I'm saying? You really got to look at the whole career. And again, like you were saying about the Bulls earlier, at the end of the day, people was coming for Jordan. They knew Jordan was that guy. People knew Kobe was that guy. Steph Curry had, like you said, he didn't win them MVPs. Why not? That's a big question mark.
But
so we gotta go off.
Here's a back-to-back MVP and a unanimous one.
The first ever unanimous MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I will put him in my top 10. I feel as if a lot of disrespect far as with Shaq and what he has done. Maybe, and that's a credit to his free throw shots. But far as if you look at efficiency inside the paint, he was up there. As far as his field goal. And we can't discount just because he was just a man amongst boys to take that away from him as well. Because you still had the Mutombos.
I agree.
You had some guys that played defense, Ben Wallace's and things of that nature, who's a Hall of Famer, you know, and still was getting shitted on. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Detroit did put it on us, man. I was in the joint when that shit happened, and I was mad as fuck. But that was more of a Rip Hamilton thing, in my opinion, instead of Chauncey Billups. Because I don't think Phil had anything coming off of that screen. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, but that's a whole nother.
Still holding on to that, huh, Sean?
Third, yeah.
I see you still holding on to that.
I mean that because I'm a Lakers fan. That loss, that Boston, I seen that one coming. They wasn't ready for them boys yet. I mean, Paul Gasol was playing soft.
Everybody saw that coming.
Yeah, I seen that one coming.
You knew that was the end of LA when that one happened. You're like, oh, this is over. Shaq and Kobe is done.
The Jordan loss, that one kind of hurted me too. Because I hated Jordan, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hate Jordan.
That would make sense.
I hate him. I hate him. For real. I'll cut him off right now if I see him on 77.
That is so funny.
Yeah. That nigga ain't lying.
Man. That's cold blooded.
He mean that too. He is so serious.
But guys, so that has been the episode. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. We'll holler at y'all motherfuckers next weekend or next week. Might be live, might not. We'll let you know.
Let's go, Chris.
Deuce.
Peace.